Vunabaka started well in earnest. About the civil work started 3 years ago. We started planning a year before that. The whole objective was to build a place in the South Pacific that we're proud of. The whole development's based around 2 large marinas, a white sandy beach, all tide swimming, and it's for people who love the water. The dream is to have a developer in the South Pacific that can access the surf, the fishing, the water, sailing, the boating, that is of a very high standard, a high standard that hasn't been seen before in the Pacific. The biggest challenge is we're operating on an island. Fiji itself is a lesser developed country, so there's issues in supply chain, there's the remoteness of the development. Well, with the entire development, when we acquired it, we did a very detailed due diligence across all aspects of the project. So when we looked at the power side of the equation, it was a combination of we really wanted a sustainable solution, but also had to be economically viable. So we assessed. Well, we got an independent to assess all the various aspects or options available to us, and obviously solar was on that list. At that point we looked at standalone solar for each of these individual villas, first reticulated solar. We went out through tender, spent a lot of time talking with all the various suppliers, and by far PowerSmart came back with the most professional and comprehensive solution. You know, we've been installing or designing and installing this solution through a pretty radical change in the pricing of both the panels as well as the battery storage solutions. So Tesla batteries didn't exist when we started the project. The mass storage using lithium batteries has only just come about, really. So we're one of the first or the largest off-grid developments using Tesla batteries. There's much larger on-grid, but we're off-grid. So, I mean, the solution we've come up with, it minimises the amount of maintenance required for standby power generation if there isn't solar with individual systems. The reticulated systems enables us to balance load across a number of houses, so we're not building to the peak for every house. So in theory we can have a smaller system across the whole development. The payback period itself was, I mean, obviously had to stand up economically, and in the tropics the payback period when we modelled it at the time was around 4.5 years.
I've been working on this project at Vunabaka for several years, and just finally yesterday we got to turn the switch and turn everything on. What we're standing in front of here is a 250 kilowatt inverter, and you can see in the background 5 Powerpacks from Tesla Energy. Each Powerpack is capable of storing 100 kilowatt hours of energy, which is the equivalent of about 5 New Zealand homes. We have another 15 packs that are out of the picture for a total of 20 packs, which gives us the equivalent of 100 New Zealand homes for 24 hours of battery storage. The battery packs are all at high voltage DC, which come to the inverter, and coming out of the inverter is 230 volt, 400 volt standard AC electricity. It's pretty exciting new technology that we're working with here. I'm pretty proud of the installation that we've done. It's been good working with Tesla and their team, and it's a good moment for Vunabaka. Just in the background is an old derelict generator that has been powering the network while they waited for the system to be installed. So it's been a great moment turning that off and turning on a much quieter and more efficient, cleaner system.
Working with PowerSmart has been fantastic. PowerSmart are absolute professionals in their area. We've had no issues whatsoever. It's a big job they've undertaken. From reticulating 70 houses in a hotel, design of that power articulation system, and then installing solar in an aesthetic way so that it fits in with the development. They've done a fantastic job.
Yealands is different to other wineries. We have a very strong sustainability focus, which is led by Pete. and the management team. And that's what led us down the path of the bale burners and then the solar expansion that we've recently done. Working with PowerSmart on this project went very smoothly, right from the planning stage where PowerSmart were dealing with the structural engineers and liaising with the contractors we use on site for electrical services, right through to the install. All the health and safety requirements that we have on site, they superseded with what they came to site with. The install took a 6-person team, 4 weeks to complete. They were an awesome bunch of guys to deal with. They had very little or no impact on a working winery. It was one of our busy times when we installed the equipment, and yet we can't recommend them high enough.
Yeah, well, as you know, our ethos is all around sustainability, and our generation requirements come under that umbrella. We look at the options available to us, you know, hydropower, which is renewable, wind power and solar. And solar, to me, was a very obvious choice. Being aligned to a good provider makes it a whole lot easier. So under the PowerSmart Gold program, that suited our criteria very, very well. We're pleased with where we are. We've got a good product that's performing well. It's meeting our ideal requirements, obviously designed just to suit the maximum of our minimum draw-off. It's a very, very good concept. PowerSmart are terrific to work with. They're responsive, they understand our needs, and they almost build a facility to suit the client.